Coach, have you here, and then, okay. Easier to move the cards than to move the players. Okay, well, I thank everyone for joining us here for the quarterfinal post-game press conference, the 2024 CSU Basketball Championships. We're joined by Middle Tennessee head coach Nick McDevitt, by junior guard Justin Porter, junior forward Jared Coleman-Jones. We'll let the media in the room ask their questions first, then we'll move on to any of the questioners on our Zoom meeting. Just if you will, identify yourself and your affiliation. And before we have questions, let's have an opening statement from Coach McDevitt.
Really proud of our team. That was a heck of a win. La Tech is really good, had a heck of a season. They're so balanced, between what Bacho gives them with on the defensive end, rim protection, but on the offensive end, 6'11" guy that is an aggressive player around the basket in terms of how big of a rolling target he is. Crawford, obviously, player of the year. Chavez can really shoot it. Newman was a lot more aggressive and a really good PG the second half of the year, and it just makes him a hard cover. And I just thought we stayed locked in on the defensive end, and then offensively, for the most part, did a good job of taking care of the ball and not shooting errant shots. They are a very good rebounding team. So it's hard to get offensive rebounds, and so when you take errant shots, you normally don't make them, and you don't get the offensive rebound. So I just thought we had a really good next play mentality for the entire game. There at the end, the OB gets overturned, so we're taking the ball out, and then we don't get it in bounds. If you kind of sulk there for a little bit and aren't thinking about the next play, all of a sudden you give up an easy one, and that game can go very, in a very different way. But really proud of these two. I thought JP in the second half was terrific. Had no points at halftime and kind of got loose, which he's capable of doing there in the second half, had 18, and Jared had his hands full the whole night with that big fella, but got a double-double himself. And Jacob Johnson and JB to force their two best players, or their two best offensive players, in a 9 for 34 from the floor was a great defensive effort. We'll need it again. Questions?
I guess just to start with, you showed a lot of emotion afterwards with the crowd that was there, the
Yeah.
basketball team that was there. How important was, the conference tournament being in Huntsville this year and being able to get so many Blue Raider fans to the arena today?
No, it was great. Our guys fed off of it. It was great turning around and seeing that kind of support. Obviously, it's great, I think, for all of our student athletes to be able to play this tournament in in a basketball arena. But obviously for us, it's not too far from the borough. So having a lot of our our fans, Coach Insel brought the Lady Raiders back over here tonight. I know they played the first game this morning, so having them behind us was important, and our folks have done a really good job of supporting this team all season, and it's great to see them down here, and I know there'll be plenty more on Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nick, we just talked to Calvin Hester. He said Jared was one of the harder big man matchups in the conference.
Yep.
Because you can battle inside and step out and shoot. Especially when Jared didn't really get rolled into the middle of the season, what does it mean for him to have a double-double on this stage against one of the better teams in the league?
Yeah, I think both of these guys to my left, their development over the last couple of years, but particularly the last several months, has been the key to our team. P having to move from kind of being off-ball two-guard to playing point, and now you're trying to figure out how to, get your teammates involved, but also be an aggressive scorer. And then we switch our offense, something that Jared has been running a particular offense for the last 2 or 3 years, and then halfway through December, we switch it up, and he can open up the floor for us because of his ability to stretch the floor and make threes. And at his size, he gives us presence around the basket. Anytime you got guys that are 6'10", 240 that can shoot it, it just puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And between a PG that's got speed and or guard that's got speed and a big man who's a big target on rolls, but also who can pick and pop, make threes, has really helped our offense.
JP, all 18 of your points came in the second half.
Mhm.
What switch flipped for you, in the second half that led you to have that success?
I just told my team to stay with me. I knew it was gonna come to me, which they always do. I never was the type of guy just go force shots and play out of my game, so I just let it come to me.
I think I saw you tweet earlier this week about the all-conference list, and you made second team, but clearly still felt like you had something to prove. How
Yes.
much do you think you have to prove this week to the rest of the conference?
I just feel like I have to prove something every day. That's why I just keep working.
Nick, most of the first half, Louisiana Tech was kind of able to knock you guys out of the offensive sets you were trying to run, and guys had to go maybe create a basket or create a shot. How important is it to have guys like JP that can do that this time of year?
I think it's important all the time. You know, you try to break down defenses with plays and players. You know, often when the play doesn't work, a player's got to go make a play, and you can't. It makes it impossible to be a championship level team if you've got to joystick every pass, every bounce, every time wherever the ball's going to go. You come down and want to take advantage of whether it's a mismatch or something that the other team isn't defending very well. But at this time of year, it's usually defended pretty well. You know, there's not a whole lot of secrets. You know, La Tech was calling our plays out as soon as we called them. We were doing the same thing. They'd call an action. Our guys knew what was coming. So rarely this time of year you're just going to get an easy because of a play. Your easies often come because of the players.
Jared, the team was 19 for 22.
Yeah, I just looked at that.
Coach Hester pointed out that was the key difference in the game. How has this team sort of grown, shooting free throws this year from where y'all started the year?
At the beginning of the year, we struggled from the line, but in practice we constantly shoot free throws. Like, coach has us shooting free throws on either end, and we switch ends and we shoot free throws on the other goals. Like every road trip, every shoot around before a game, we shoot free throws, and we consistently shoot free throws and consistently see the ball going from the line. So I think that's helped a great deal.
Jared, you guys have Louisiana Tech without a main basket for the last 4:50 of the game, especially against one of the better teams in the league. How hard is it to do that? Get stopped for that long.
Well, like Coach said, with guys like Bacho and Isaiah Crawford, they're like paint getters. That's what they're looking to do is get to the paint. Bacho is rolling to the rim hard. He's trying to catch it and score in the paint. He's aggressive in the paint. So it's really hard to be able to, defend them for 4 minutes and render them scoreless. Like, it's extremely hard. But, we came together and Coach said at the beginning of the game, whoever is the most connected for the whole game for 40 minutes is going to win.
Mhm.
And we stayed connected on defense. And we just came out with the mindset to help each other. That's the main priority, is to help each other.
Yep.
Coach, your bench outscored theirs 18-6. How important was it getting Trey, Jalen, and Chris in early and keeping them involved throughout?
Yeah, early I thought TG made a big three that was kind of, I don't want to say killed momentum, but it was one that we needed. And Jalen as well made a big three, got fouled. I believe it was Jalen that got fouled on one. Those plays are when you get to the free throw line and get points, it just kind of calms and settles things down. And it was both of those baskets were kind of the first 10 minutes of the game when they were rolling pretty good, and we just kind of had to keep taking the haymakers. And then Loof came in, and I thought made some big plays. He really did. He got a big block that was critical later in the game. Bacho and Loof were wrestling over a rebound where we had a really good defensive possession, and the big fella ends up dunking one that was just an impressive play. I think Loof, where he's grown, is it didn't cause him to back down. He just stayed aggressive. You're talking about a true freshman out there wrestling with one of the bigger, the better bigs around. That kind of stuff's important. Thank you.
Thank
Any
y'all.
questions? Let me just double check. Any questions from the Zoom audience?
Oh, got it.
Oh,
Nope.
I didn't know they do that.
Not seeing anything here, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys are dismissed.
Thank y'all.
Congratulations.